let me tell you something. If there's two people that could have come out with a track that I would have never expected, it would have been Kid Cudi and Eminem. Not saying that these two don't have great musical moments, Eminem more specifically, but I just don't know what a track with the two of them would sound like. But I guess we're about to find out. Kid Cudi is giving me heavy energy that he may be dropping an album by late August, early September with the singles that he's dropped so far. He did one with Travis Scott. He did another one, The Leader of the Delinquents. And this is the third one. I don't necessarily know if that belonged to Kid Cudi. I think it was a Travis Scott and Kid Cudi kind of collab. I don't know if that's going to end up on a solo venture of his. But Kid Cudi may be dropping an album soon. Haven't heard from Eminem since early this year, I believe. And I'm interested. I want to see what they're talking about. I want to see how M's going to handle this track. I want to see how their energies are going to match. Is Eminem going to be humming? I don't know. Like, what's going to happen? But I guess there's only one way to find out. The misadventures of, what was it, Moon Man and Slim Shady? Yep. All right, I already like it. Damn. Really good so far. Feels like this like oxygenless world. Like he's on the moon. Such an idiot. Yeah, but it does sound like he's in like a spacesuit, isolated from everything else. He's jumping up and down on the moon. I like the drums and the keyboard here. That was a smooth transition. Very, very smooth transition. I don't know what M's about to do, but that was a nice transition. Already I could tell his voice is for some reason mixed higher than Cudi's. Don't know why that is. It's kind of going against the aesthetic here, but we gonna hear what he gotta say. Green, but I don't do weed, no perp, nor lean. I don't do weed. I was just a poor white kid. Now rap with speak mouthwash. Cause if I was on the floor, I'd swish. Oh my god. I think he sounds way smoother here. Got over the mixing real quick. Cudi actually, I don't know. They both sound about as smooth as one another on this track, I think. I don't really know where M's taking his verse, but I haven't heard anything too terrible right now. Right now, it just sounds like two people's different interpretations of what they would do with the track pushed together. I haven't heard like them complimenting each other or coming in on each other's verses or really dominating the exact same sound of the song. But the transition from Cudi to M so far has been the smoothest thing I've heard. You coughing. Always stay ahead of haters, let them hate, but never let. He had to throw that coughing in. That coughing ad lib had to be put in there. That's how you stay ahead of snakes. Ahead, Medusa, you get it? See, and he also had like a line in there that may or may not refer to Tekashi about like, oh, these rats, they like cheese, mouse trap, boom, because he trapped his association in the system. Because he was a rat and he got the cheese afterward. Like, this is kind of what? All right, that was Kid Cudi and I almost said Kanye. Kid Cudi and Eminem on The Adventures, I think, of Moon Man and Slim Shady. For one, that didn't sound like a Slim Shady type verse. A Slim Shady for me would have went like a much more aggressive, a lot more direct, I guess you could say. I guess more of the highlight or the focus is going to be on M's verse simply because he said more, it seemed like, even with him not really saying too much, with him wanting to have like these punchlines or whatever. Kid Cudi just kind of talks about how he came from, you know, his struggles with mental health into where he is right now. And a couple other, you know, slick lines, nothing too crazy from Cudi, but M, he throws lines about, you know, our pandemic going on right now, George Floyd. And not to say that he has to be the spokesperson for these issues, but I guess the thing that kind of gives me pause is just like throwing them out there. And, you know, obviously we have a problem with these things because of the obvious. So when you throw them into the track, it kind of just feels like I have to say this thing because it's what's going on right now. But I didn't really add to the conversation about it, I guess. And it's a rap song. It's a rap song. You're not going to do too much. I'm not looking for an answer to those issues from M on this track or anything like that. But I just wonder why it was just like thrown in there. But I know a good portion of his demographic does think that they don't need to adhere to safety hazards or safety concerns. So I think him addressing the mask thing, I think, is a bit smart on his behalf, because he could actually convince them to think, okay, yeah, you might not think you need it, but think about these people or think about this person. So I think that was really responsible. I do. And I got to commend him for doing that. But outside of that, it sounds like, you know, two rappers that just hopped on the track and they threw their own interpretations of the songs into one big song. And that was really it. I didn't hate it. I definitely didn't hate it. I think it's a decent single, but I don't know how much I'll return to it. Because when you get to the nitty gritty of it, outside of his bars about the pandemic and George Floyd and a few other things that are very, very small and minimal, doesn't really do or say much of anything unless it's rapping for the sake of rapping. And if you're a fan of that, then I'm sure this track is going to be another gem for you. But for me, not only is it not really doing too much from Cudi, it's not doing too much from M. But again, I think he did handle it kind of responsibly. So, yeah, it's all right. I don't love it and I don't hate it, but it's all right. And yeah, that's how I feel about it. Y'all let me know how you feel about it in the comment section down below. And I'll see you next time. And I'm out. Peace.